We do not have a 24-hour sun in the south.
The 24-hour sun in Antarctica doesn't work on a flat Earth. On a flat Earth, you can't have a 24-hour sun, a midnight sun in Antarctica. And I totally agree.
In the Flat Earth model, we say there isn't a 24-hour sun in the south, and there isn't.
There is no midnight sun in Antarctica.
Well, hi everyone, this is Bob the Science Guy. You know, recently a group of globe earthers and flat earthers went to Antarctica to observe the 24-hour sun and conduct a series of experiments. One of those flat earthers is our own Austin Witsit. Now, Austin and I have gone back and forth a few times. I find that he generally likes to just indulge in a little bit of word salad, and he likes to pretend he knows more about physics than he actually does. Now, unfortunately, Austin's in a little bit of a pickle right now in the flat earth community. He accepted Will's invitation to go to Antarctica and went down and observed the 24-hour sun as the globe predicts. Unfortunately, it completely rules out the Gleason map-based flat earth model, which is a pancake earth surrounded by an ice wall. It is impossible on that model to come up with a geometry that would result in a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Works just fine for the Arctic, but they can't explain it in Antarctica. So basically that model's gone now. So he's in a bit of a dilemma. A lot of his personality and identity is based around the flat earth. Now he has to come up with a brand new model. So Austin phoned a friend and went over to Nathan Oakley's Discord channel. Let's have a listen.
I haven't looked through all the data because there's like an overwhelming amount of it. And that's why I keep telling everyone, guys, that even if you're skeptical, like, just kind of be patient because you're going to feel retarded. Okay. We documented every single second of it. And so, but to answer your question precisely, I did look at a couple of the videos someone posted. And yeah, it looks like only a local light source can cause that much divergence. And the globe model needs everything to be super far away. And the reason for that is, of course, we know why, right? But it's like, yeah, because perspective can't be directly affecting why things drop and stuff. They have to claim that it's the physical ground curving. So everything has to be super far away. And then, of course, you have the Aristophanes issue with the sun. They have to assume a super distant sun. So that's why I think this is awesome. When we sift through the data, we're probably just going to find globe debunks.
Okay, so Austin, let me give you a little bit of advice. If you want to try and disprove a model of the Earth, you have to understand the model that you're trying to disprove. So you've made a couple of factual errors here. First of all, Eratosthenes made no estimate of the distance to the sun. Eratosthenes only assumed that the rays of light coming from the sun arrived at Earth in parallel. And this was not just a random assumption. He based this on observations of nature, such as this one. Notice that the phase on the tennis ball is the same as the phase on the moon. That means that the light is coming in from the same direction at both the moon and on Earth. While this implies that the sun is very distant, and quite frankly, you can do the math for both a local and a distant sun. Now, a common problem in the flat Earth is an inability to do proper deductive reasoning. So, for example, when you have a set of data, you really just don't have the ability to connect the dots between that data and come up with a meaningful answer. Let's listen as Austin talks about this 24-hour sun as being no big deal.
Yeah, if you go on these shows, how do you address the 24-hour sun question without coming off as just hand wave dismissing it?
Yeah. I'm just going to say that flat earthers were rightfully skeptical of the claim of the 24-hour sun because there had been a bunch of fakery and there was a huge lack of evidence. And so we didn't just believe it, but it's independent of falsification of the globe. Like it's doesn't matter.
Now, Austin, you were right to be skeptical. We should all have a little skepticism in us. However, the fact that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica is really not in question. You guys have tried to make a lot of hay about that in the last few years, claiming the videos were edited and there were missing frames and derpity-derpity-derp. However, now that you know that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that is not just simply a data point. It's not no big deal. That is a very big deal, because the prediction of a spherical Earth is that there will be a 24-hour sun. And the prediction of a Gleason model flat Earth surrounded by an ice wall is that there will be no 24-hour sun. You have confirmed a prediction made based on the globe model, and you have refuted the flat Earth prediction based on the flat Earth model, at least the Gleason-style flat Earth with an ice wall around it. Now you have two choices, Austin. You can either accept the corrective information that you have received with your own Mark I eyeballs, and that is that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, so the Gleason model of the flat Earth is out, and the globe model is verified. And you can either accept reality based on the overwhelming evidence that the Earth is a sphere, everything from the Haversine measurements of distances to radius measurements to images of the globe Earth from outer space, or you can continue to deny reality and try and come up with a new flat Earth model. Good luck with that, son.
So now I will say this. I'm trying to think about all this, actually. That's kind of why I'm popping in rooms like this to get feedback, because I do have an answer. I have like a model answer. Does that make sense? Like, I can explain the phenomena on a flat Earth. I knew that before I went, by the way, obviously, but I just didn't know if it was a phenomena that actually happened. But the point is, I don't know if I should. I think I might have to do that.
Cool.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Excellent.
Let me just ask the question. Let me ask the question. They're gonna obviously want to just talk about that. I'm always gonna just move the conversation over. But like you said, you can't just look like you're just hand wave dismissing it. It's pretty bad. Look, I have an answer as to how it can happen on a flat Earth. So should I just say, well, like, look, like the Earth isn't a model, and that model was given to us. Although I can give you speculative explanations as to how it happens, such as da 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 da. But that's the Earth measures flat. Like I'm trying to get your feedback before it happened, because
definitely don't call that a model or appealing to a model.
Why? Do you want our feedback? You're going to go out there and get ridiculed and mocked.
Unfortunately, I tend to agree with Nathan in this case. I think that as you go out on these shows to talk about this, they're going to applaud the fact that you do acknowledge now that there is indeed a 24-hour sun, and they are going to marvel at your juvenile reasoning to not realize what that means. So, this is Bob the Science Guy. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Make sure you drop me a follow. Anybody interested in joining my Patreon to support the Observatory and contribute to the Telescope Fund, the link's in the chat.